Hi there, I'm Jill Wellington, and I'm going to show you how to change the background in a picture from this to this. My nephew and his wife were going to a wedding, and we were going to babysit the baby, and I said, hey, you look so great, why don't we take a picture? So of course we put them in front of the fireplace, and this is the snapshot that I took. Well, they look fabulous, but the background is really cluttery, so I wanted to get rid of that and create this. Looks like they're actually in a studio here. So let me show you how to do this. First, you're going to want to go up to Image, click on that, and go to Image Size, click on that. And up comes your image size in pixels. And you'll want to jot these measurements down. The width is 4200 by height of 2800. Just jot that down and click out of this. Now we're going to go create a new document that is the same size, and that will become your background. So click on File, New, and here comes this dimension box again. And actually mine is already on this because I use this size all the time. But go ahead and highlight that and type in your measurements that you jotted down. And make sure your resolution is at 300. And I use a white background. You can also use a color, but I'm just going to go with white for now. And then click OK. And now you've created this background layer. And for my background, I'm using this. And this is one of my bokeh overlays that I do sell in my bokeh overlay collection. I'll give information on where you can get that below. But for now, you can really use any background. You can even just use a color in your background. But this is the background I'm going to use. And we're just going to take this, click on this up in the palette, and while holding down, we're going to pull this out of the palette like that. Go up to your Move tool and click on that. And click on the overlay, and while holding down, we're going to, we're going to pull that into the picture like that. You don't need this anymore, so go ahead and X out of it. Now go ahead, you're on the Move tool, so you can move this up like that and place it. And that's ready to go for the background. I'm going to go ahead and flatten this. Now we're going to go back to this picture, and we're going to extract them from this picture. And to do that, go up here to your Quick Selection tool and click on that. If you don't see this, you might see the magic wand tool there. Just right click and grab the Quick Selection tool and click on that. Now let me explain this Quick Selection tool very quickly. Anything that you're going to paint on the inside of the people, you're going to want to use this brush up here, the plus brush. There's also a minus brush. First we're going to click on the plus brush. I'm going to enlarge my cursor by using my right bracket key. Now what this Quick Selection tool does is click on it, and you'll see that these marching ants, what they call marching ants, start to appear. And as you pull down, you can see that it's grabbing anything that's the same color or contrast and pulling it down. And it's kind of, now her hair is a different color from her black dress, her arms a different color. So just keep dragging down with this tool, trying to get an outline of everyone. Make sure I include his ear there. Ears always get cut off somehow. Go ahead and drag in there. So that looks good, but there's some problems right here, and then we need to get rid of this. That's why we use the negative brush up here. Click on that, and what this does is anything on the outside of these marching ants, that's when I use the negative brush. So I'm on the outside, and I'm going to push this down. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so I can really get in here and get around his ear. And into little corners, just make that tool really small using your right or left bracket keys. Making it smaller, you use your right. So I'm fixing up You can see I'm on the outside with my negative brush fixing up these areas. And you can see right here there's a little problem, so let's just go and fix that. And kind of go around and look for these issues that you want to fix. And anything like that's in the middle right there, that you use the negative brush because it'll be on the outside. And just really kind of carefully go up in there. That looks pretty good. I think some of her hair is not in there. So I want to work from the inside. I'm going to go back to the plus brush and just very carefully kind of work with that. Oops. This is a good way to show you how to fine-tune this. I obviously grabbed these yellow pixels. Let's go back to the negative brush, and I'm going to push those back in. But this is how you fine-tune using the plus and the negative brushes. There, once you get a nice edge, go ahead and click the Refine Edge tool right here. Click on that. And now you can see how your edges look in there. And you can adjust them. This edge detection tool, play with this slider and see if you can get improvement. See how there it's kind of bumpy, but by pulling it to the right, you can get different changes in there. And you can shift your edge. Play around with these sliders and see what works for you. This edge detection has a brush, and just click on that. And you can go over some of the little issues around the edges and it'll fine tune it. This is a really powerful tool and I absolutely love it. Kind of go around the edges there. And I think that looks actually really good. Let's see right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And now they are extracted from that background. Now we just simply click on this picture, which is in the palette, click on it, and while holding down, we're going to drag it out of the palette. Now click on your Move tool, go and click on the picture while holding down, drag it into your background picture. You don't need this anymore, so go ahead and X out of it. Now you just simply move this into place, and look how great that looks. You can fix up any edges by just going around with your eraser tool or creating a layer mask. If you see any little tiny issues you want to go in and clean up, zoom in and you can really work on that type of thing. Now you can run an action, any one that you would like, and that will really meld this all together. But it sure does improve the picture, and people will think you're a real photographer when you show them this studio-like picture.